What's poppin', homies? Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make an atmospheric nature type beat, basically like a lo-fi calm beat, like Lion King x Tarzan, some like jungle vibes. And as always, before we get started, go follow me on social media at inquires. Tap in, let's run it up. So the first instrument I started with was this piano, and I'm playing E major, F sharp minor, A major, back to E major. So you're just resolving it back to the root chord. And the pattern that I have is, I'll just show you guys. There's like a lot of movement to it, you know, you kind of want to add movement to the chords. And it almost sounds like a guitar the way I'm playing it, just because like I'm kind of strumming the notes in a way. And what I did is I actually brought this up an octave when I applied the effects on it, such as halftime and stuff. This is what it sounds like after. Just made it a little bit more atmospheric. So after I put that down, I was definitely like starting to hear the nature vibes. So after that, I added a guitar, like an electric guitar. And then it just kind of repeats. And the cool thing about this is I actually use the pitch wheel on my keyboard, on my MIDI keyboard. So I kind of just did this. As you can hear, I'm just like moving the pitch knob. And then the next thing, I copied the piano into a Rhodes, which is more atmospheric for the hook section. That's the full same pattern. But I actually added effects to this again, like halftime. Makes it way more atmospheric. And also some sidechain, and for that I recommend just going with like the simple gate. You can do gross beat and just take it down like the volume over here. That kind of gives it like a wave effect. And the next part, actually my favorite, which also comes in on the hook, is this SRX keyboard like sine lead. And I'll take all the effects off to show you guys what it originally sounded like. It's this. So I think that's definitely the instrument that gave it the full like jungle vibe, because I wasn't really sure what kind of beat it was going to be, but then that definitely gave it jungle vibe. And what I did to mess around with the notes more is just definitely that pitch bend again. As you can see, like if you do have a piano with a pitch bend, definitely use it, because it's like a really cool way to change up the notes that make it like feel more natural. And another thing you can see is I definitely didn't quantize this that much, and like some notes are quantized, but most of it is like really off rhythm, just to make it feel more natural. And then when I applied all the effects is mostly just a lot of reverb. I used Valhalla vintage verb, and then halftime just on a 4th setting. And by the way, I have a video on this if you want to go check it out. I'll link it right now. Just how to use halftime to its full potential. Alright, and with all the effects applied, this is what it sounds like. So it definitely adds like a whole new layer of like texture to it. For these kind of like lo-fi nature beats or like atmospheric beats, it's very important to like pay attention to texture. So if I only had the Rhodes, it's still very nice, but I feel like it doesn't have that extra kind of like sound that your ear catches. But this definitely fills in that higher frequency as like ear candy wise. All right, now let me show you guys the full arrangement of the beat that I have over here, and I'll break down some of the subtle techniques that I did to make smooth transitions, and I'll also break down all the drum parts. So for the intro section, I just have the main piano along with the guitar, but I added a low pass filter to the piano, and by that I mean just a regular like equalizer, and I EQ'd out all the high end, and I automated this just to be like that in the intro, so it's more lo-fi, more atmospheric. So this is what it sounds like. I also added this sub bass, and it's just like playing the root notes, and I slowly build it up. And then drum loop over here. So this drum loop is just very like panned out and reverbed out, just to add some more texture. All right, now moving on to the drums. So the hook section is the Rhodes, along with the guitar that comes in, and the synth, which sounds like this. You know, that's the unique part. So for the drums, it's mainly simple. First is just starts like a 2-step, and the second part of the hi-hats is actually with the rolls, and I'll play it with the. And yeah, what I did is I just made the second note like lower velocity, just so it adds like a groove to it. And for the claps, it's just very simple. It's more like a tight clap. So yeah, you can make your sounds like sound tighter just by bringing the out knob. And if it sounds tighter, it gives it like a cleaner feel. So next I put in a lot of percussion, such as like bongos and stuff. Of course, it's not a jungle beat without bongos, and I have a bongo part coming over here. Very subtle. So the 808 part next is my favorite. It's a very clean 808 sound. Just follow the root notes and don't do anything crazy with it, just because we want the melody to carry more of the beat than the drums. And the kick is also very just tight. Doesn't hit on every note, but some, to emphasize the 808. The melody is the very crazy part of this beat, so I kept the drums fairly simple. And moving on to the verse section, I put the main piano also in a low pass again, just to put it underwater feeling. Put the bass back in, and instead of the clap, I put a rim. And with the drum loop coming back in over here. And then I switched to 808. So this is actually a cool part that I want to break down more. What I did over here is for the verse, I brought in this cool instrument from Omnisphere, stalactites, and I'll actually try to open it up so you guys can see what it is. This preset, Cave Stalactites. And yeah, the thing about these kind of presets from Omnisphere, if you do have Omnisphere, is that, you know, people think that it's like too whack because it sounds weird, but like the way to utilize this is just use it in the background or like a very like extra texture. You don't want to make a main melody with it. Just very subtle. And this definitely emphasizes the jungle vibe, because it's like you're in the cave, you know, Tarzan is bullying in the trenches, and you're playing the stalactites like doom. And the thing about this beat that keeps it really refreshing is the arrangement, actually, which I have so many layers that I could just change it up. So like over here, I brought the Rhodes back in, and then it just goes back to the piano. And then before the hook, I just brought the guitar and the Rhodes with everything else. No drums, just to kind of build it up again. And the drum loop, where like it's more like a percussion loop. And slowly automate the low pass. You know, That's the thing that keeps it interesting, is like you have a lot of patterns and you kind of use what you have. If you're actually struggling with arrangement, I have a whole different video on arrangement and how to like build up different layers. I'll link it right now if you want to go check it out. I think it'll be helpful for you guys to watch that. But that's pretty much it for this video. I'll play the full beat in a second, but if you enjoyed it, give it a like and suggest what other videos you want to see from me in the future, and I'll see you guys later.